the right to head to his 9th Super Bowl, his 4th in the last 5 years. On the way, he completed his 12th career game-winning drive in the playoffs. That is the most ever. It's a lot of accolades for Tom Brady, and he's well aware of how special the moment is.
These are memories, you know, that'll last a lifetime. And I said a few weeks ago, I'm blessed to find something that I love to do, that I love to work at. And that's probably been the biggest blessing in my life. I love, you know, working hard at trying to make improvements. And every year we start at a different place. And, you know, I love the grind of it, you know, being in the moment. And, you know, this was just an incredible win.
CC, I feel like I ask you this question at every turn, at every sort of momentous event for Tom Brady. But here we are now heading back to the Super Bowl. How does he keep doing this at this age, at this level?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how he stays focused. I don't know how a person can accomplish what they've accomplished and still be being into the details. Now, as far as his body, how he was able to keep his body in shape to have this type of career, no one knows. He's not a great athlete. He's one of the worst athletes that we have playing the quarterback position. But he's been able to manage because he's fallen in love with the whole process, and that's the grimy part. You know, I'm going to make sure I monitor what I eat in my body so that I have the right type of energy so that I can get the maximum out of my career. Also, what they do on a day-in, day-out basis in New England, he hadn't gotten burned out. I don't know why. There's no one else besides Belichick that's been there that whole time, and we saw cracks in this relationships over the last couple years with the Garoppolo, but they've been able to manage it. And Tom Brady has continued to get better as he's gotten older. In these clutch situations, he's better with his overall experience, and he has the best help that's ever been granted to any type of professional athlete. Like we talk about, well, Michael Jordan got coached by Phil Jackson. Well, he's been coached by the best. And Josh McDaniel, he's been with Belichick 15 of the 19 years. The offensive line coach, Dante Scarnecchia, they dominated the Chiefs in the interior. He's been with them 17 of the 19 years. Brady's benefited from that. You know, Josh McDaniel said they're going to play Eric Berry. We're going to have several snaps in the game where Eric Berry's going to be guarding him man-to-man. So he gets Brady and the other offensive players in the hotel ballroom the morning of the game. He's going to put in 8 new plays. Who has help like that? Only Tom Brady. So you got to be able to pass some of this credit around. Football, man, is the ultimate team game. And I say it all the time. I hate team sports. Well, without the assistance of all these other things, you know, Tom Brady is not who he is. Tom Brady has done his part, but there are other people in that canoe doing a hell of a lot of rowing also, and we need to be able to finally give them credit.
And the reason this morning before the show you said multiple times, that's why I hate team sports, is the narrative surrounding Brady today, not his legacy, not his career, but his performance last night, is so dramatically different if D Ford lines up 6 inches back like he's supposed to. On this play, the game's over here, by the way. It was a bad throw. Gronk couldn't pull it in. It's Chiefs ball up 4, game over.
As my trusty statistician information person, Jamila says, it's like Pop Warner. It's the basics of all football.
Just don't line up past the ball. Can we show America if D Ford wasn't offsides what Tom Brady's stat line for this game would have been? Because it would not have been the stuff of legends. 1 touchdown, 3 picks, a pick in the end zone, a pick to end the game, and a 63 rating. The problem is, much like the Chargers learned in a divisional playoff game a decade ago, 12 years ago actually, Tom Brady threw a pick to end that football game, and then Troy Brown came around and forced a fumble, and then Brady didn't make another mistake. From that moment forward, Tom Brady completed 5 passes. A 25-yard pass to Gronk on 3rd and 5, 3 passes on 3rd and 10, a pass on 1st and 10, all 4 first downs.
And all 3 of those interceptions would have been blatantly his fault.
Yes.
Leading Edelman across the middle, trying to fit it in a tight spot. The ball's too high. It gets tipped. It gets intercepted. At the goal line, throwing one low to Gronkowski compared to throwing one by the crossbar, intercepted by Reggie Ragland, the linebacker there. In this one, he wanted to throw the ball down the field, but couldn't get his feet set. And at the last minute, tries to throw one to Gronk in the fast, in the flat too hard. It gets deflected. It gets intercepted.
And the game's over. Like, I know the Pats had 3 timeouts. The Chiefs win the game. And we are talking totally different scenario. And that's one of the problems with when we don't have the benefit of being in the moment. When we just look at guys' careers and stack up how many Super Bowls, and this is why for Brady, it's almost a non-factor because he has so many amazing appearances and numbers. But in 10 years, are people going to remember, oh, Drew Brees didn't go because they blew that call? And Tom Brady wouldn't have gone, but Dee Ford lined up offsides. Like, so Brady, I want to make this clear because obviously I picked against the Pats. I've thought that this was going to be the end of the run. I am not a Tom Brady skeptic on what he's accomplished. He is the greatest quarterback ever, and he's lapped the field at this point. But there are lucky bounces, and there are institutional and infrastructure advantages that you're talking about, which is Tom Brady didn't hold the Chiefs to 0 points in the first half.
No.
And Tom Brady didn't. He had the great pass to Philip Dorsett in the first half. It was a running game, Belichick, defensive game plan. They
ran the ball 48 times. Now, I know Tony Romo swear up and down on the telecast that Tom Brady audibled in all of them. He's just making up stuff on the telecast, all right? Because there's no way that he has the power to build audible in Kansas City like that. But the amount of help that he gets. Now, he's the one that kept himself fresh. He's the one that kept himself current. He's the one that kept him in the offseason. He goes to Montana and plays catch with Edelman that no one knows about. Now, he's done all those things.
Right.
But the assist that he's getting along the way is legendary also.
And he's the one, he's Michael Myers, man. You better cut his head off. Because if you give him this much, the moment that I polled Chiefs fans on the moment that you saw the offsides, it's like, oh, they're scoring a touchdown. Just hope they score quick enough. Mahomes gets the ball back. He does get the ball back. They kick the field goal, and then it came down to the coin flip. And once Brady got that coin flip,
the Patriots got the coin flip. That's it. You knew it was over.
Good night. And
because
Brady,
when the moment is that big, you forget all the little things, which you're right. He's not as crisp, as fine-tuned as he used to be. But when the moment counts and the moment's there, he delivers.
And even in overtime, after the first play of overtime, Tom Brady did not complete a pass on first or second down. You know what he did? He completed a pass on 3rd and 10 for 20 yards, on 3rd and 10 for 15 yards, and on 3rd and 10 for another 15 yards. And it should be noted, the Pats were not in 4-down territory in any of those spots. If either the first two are incomplete, they're punting. And if the third one's incomplete, they're kicking a field goal, and the Chiefs get the ball. So it's a weird spot where for 59 minutes, I do not think Tom Brady was good, and there was an interception in the game. And then in the final minute in overtime, he was Tom Brady.